Welcome back. Let's take out Brazil and Canada for now. So what I want to do now is we have taken quite a bit of a look at the line charts here, and we did also some filtering. So you see these filters here, right? We applied them. Now what I want to show is actually another type of filtering which we can directly put here, which will make it much more interactive with the user when you create a dashboard. That's this slicer. So if you click on slicer, it will add kind of this box here. Now, what is this? It's basically filtering. So what kind of like we can put any kind of filtering here as well, just like we were using it there. We can put it here and use it the same way. So let's put series here, for example, right? So now you see when I click domestic, okay, I think it got stuck there. Okay, so let me redo this. That should work fine. I'm not sure what's happening there. Okay, sorry, that was period. Well, we can look into that as well. I want to put series here first. Domestic. Okay. I understand what's going on. Okay. First select the map. We have got now two filters going on here. Okay, so this one I'll get rid of. Um, okay. And this one, let's select. So basically, let's not apply this filter. So one thing, if you pay attention, these filters here, if you create them, if you create a figure with whatever data you have, all these filters will come from that data. So you cannot even get rid of these things, right? We have the period here, the date information. We have country information, but coloring basically is based on country, and the it's showing like so this sum of data basically is coming from here, the data column, right? Number of million passenger kilometers traveled. So those are already there. You cannot take them out, but right now we are not going to use them. So you see this series filter I put here is now usable. Okay, so international. Okay, it's quite interesting. United States, although still dominating, there's a lot of international trials happening in United Kingdom. Red one is Germany, so that's also a lot. But when you go with domestic, yeah, definitely, I think United States is the one country in the world that has a lot of domestic flights happening. And this is the total there. Okay, so what about, let's put another one. And now let's put this country in here. Okay, so you see I can select France, I can select Germany. When you click only one of them will be shown. But when you hold Control and then click countries like this, right, you see you can add more and more countries. Okay, so with Control I can add more countries. Now you see this filter here is more interactive directly with the user. Users can make use of this. The thing is, we can make updates to this as well. We can make them visually more nice. So for that, after selecting your slicer, go into Format Visual, and then Slicer Settings. You see vertical list is what we have here. Tile turns it into like buttons. You see, I can directly click on them. This tile is useful when you have few classes, 2, 3, 4 maybe at most. And I think I like this here, so I'll keep it this way. There is also this drop down. So when you have a lot of entries, drop down is useful. Not on this one, there's only 3, so I'll go back to tile. The country one though, I think, yeah, drop down makes more sense. Okay. So again, I can click one country at a time, or if I hold Control, you see I can add more countries into the graph, and here I can change whether I want to see domestic. So those 4 countries are selected: Colombia, Egypt, France, Germany. And I can look at the international flights there. Germany is doing pretty good in domestic. France is doing pretty good. And in total, yeah, there's not many flights in Egypt. That's quite interesting. Um, So when you look at the x-axis, we have the period there, right? So let's add a filter on for that too. Let's make this smaller. Add another slicer there. So again, slicer is this button right there. Okay. So if I zoom in, that's the one there, the one highlighted right now. So click on that slicer and then put period in here. Okay, you see period is basically the state, and by default it looks like this. So I can change the end date. You see I can make it, for example, before pandemic, or I can change it to after pandemic. Right, you can see the increase there happening in the countries, so you can change those. Again, if you want to make some changes to this filtering method here, you can highlight it, select it, go to Format Visual, go to Slicer Settings, and instead of between, we can make it before. So then I can change the end date, right? You see, the starting date is always 2016 still, but I can change the end date. If I make it after, the end date is going to be fixed, and I'm going to change the start date now. So I can start from 2016, 18, 19, 20, or whatever I want. You can make this drop down as well. Each date is like a single entry now, which doesn't look very good to me. You can put tiles. Now, of course, there's lots of tiles here because each date is going to be shown. I don't think which makes much sense. I'll just go with between. I think between makes a lot of sense here. Okay, so yeah, those are, some more things we can do with filters. Now, when I select this, so these filters, you see, they are basically, you can put them onto your dashboard. Like, let's say this is your dashboard report you're creating. And then the user can directly change these values and see the outcomes, change select different countries and see how it looks like. Now, when you select the figure itself you created, then these filters are kind of the ones that are directly related to your figure. Okay, so some things you could do here, for example, is let's say, let's say for some reason, okay, let's see here. Okay, first of all, because you see they are related to each other because I only selected Colombia, Egypt, France, Germany, I can only see those. Let's unselect everything, then basically we are getting rid of that filtering. Select your figure, come into your country. Let's say you want to restrict the user to Australia, Canada, Brazil, I don't know. Let's go with United Kingdom. Okay. Whatever the purpose here it might be, this is the restriction you put. Okay. What you can do is, okay, so those are the countries that I will allow the user to interact with. You see hide filter. So basically in the future when we create this dashboard, the user will not be able to even see this anymore. This filter, they will be just restricted this, and then well, okay, wait, I need to make one more correction there. So filter locked. Oh, okay, so we might need to do some more work here regarding this. Because these are shown here, but they are not kind of in connect, in agreement with this one here. But anyway, so this one is mostly like for yourself when you create like your figures, you want to work on them. Okay, you can do different things here, but this one, these filters here are directly in front of the user. Okay, so these are the ones that are interactive. Okay, so think of this like exploration and explanation. So when you create visuals, when you do it for yourself in your project, when you're trying to find different patterns, this is kind of the exploration area. So you can still put these things, these filters, these slicers, but these are, will be helpful as well. And you can put, you can put um, for example, you can put whatever, you can put different things here like series. You can directly put it into this. Um, okay. Into the filter area, you can try different values there. So this is more like exploration for yourself. Okay. Now these ones is for explanation, meaning when you are ready to use your visualizations and when you want the users to also interact with your visualizations, this is what you will aim for. Okay. So that's the importance of the slicers, because these are right in front of the user, right next to the figures. So basically, you want the user to interact with these to make different selections and interact with the figure. Okay, so that's the use case of this. Okay, I hope this was useful. From now on, we will keep using these slicers and creating different figures and looking at, basically to filter out different portions of our data. So this is important to know. All right, thank you, and see you next time.